Oh, y'all, welcome into this impromptu live stream. I really didn't want to do it. I keep saying that because I didn't, but I think it's important. So, an incident just happened in front of our house, which I find highly disturbing and strange. We are streaming live across Facebook, YouTube, as well as the X platform. You guys, my name is Regina Connell with Wild and Wired Media. So, I did a live stream a while back. I had posted a post on Facebook. Our neighbor's daughter had a problem with our dog, felt threatened, felt attacked, thought she'd bring social media into everything instead of coming and simply having a conversation. So we strongly encouraged her to do that. She decided to try to hunt me down on social media, which I'm not that hard to find. Everything's public. So here I am, right across the street from me, as a matter of fact. So anyway, so the source of all the troubles is our dog. So I thought the first thing we could do is play a little bit of the video that I made, the live stream, whatever. You guys can go over there. But just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of what's going on, so I did call the sheriff's department, which I absolutely did not want to do. I think it's a total waste of the sheriff's department's time. There was a white truck with a heavy black grill and a long haired brunette driving the truck. So, and I was just about to go get Moose to bring him in because he and I had been outside. He's an off leash dog. He was on our property. So, anytime a car passes by, he chases after the car's tires, barks at it, and yes, he looks vicious. So, this is my invitation to you, whomever you are, young lady. Post the video. I think you are a lady with long hair, whomever you are, post the video. Do you live at the home across the street? Because just after that, I saw a red car pull by, and that was Elena's. Now, I do want to do a shout out to Elena because this is the source of where all the problems started. She did the right thing. She kept driving. The white truck chose to keep stopping in front of our property to record our dog, yell at our dog. So I went out there and kindly let her know, just keep driving. That's all you have to do. Just keep driving and he'll eventually stop. Once he gets to the edge of our property, he'll stop. So I'm begging you, please release the video. Release the video because you will find he's probably going to look very vicious in the video. So we are going to be releasing videos of our own of how our dog is every day. The unfortunate thing about this is I don't even think that her father knows. And if that girl driving the white truck is a friend of yours, Elena, teach her to do what you did. Just keep driving. So I'm going to play this live stream, regurgitate it, so you guys can get a little bit of context as to what's going on. So keep in mind, I will not be recording you in response to you recording me. I think that only escalates the situation. And if I were to start recording them, they would feel the need to jump out or do something crazy. They're obviously young. I don't know who you are, but please stop this madness. Stop this madness. And if you guys see some of the comments, Elena did say that I thought these were two butts touching. Okay, whatever that means. So anyway, so Elena decides to get up into my Facebook Messenger. Oh, it took me forever to find you. So you're going to see that in the live stream too. I'm not going to play the whole live stream. It's about 30 minutes long. What I want to focus on and double down on is, yes, I contacted the sheriff's department. I did not want to do that, but I did. I don't know who you are. I hope you had permission to be in Guy's home. I don't think Guy's even at home. So whomever you were in the white truck, right? Do what Elena did in the red truck and keep driving. Just keep it moving. So without further ado, this is really weird. I don't like watching myself. So I'm going to flip the camera angle. High five, high five. Okay. Boop. High five to you. Okay. Thank you. So look, I'm going to flip the camera angle and then we're going to watch a little bit of how this all started. I will say again, Elena, thank you. Thank you for driving past like you're supposed to. And the funny thing is, just recently, Rusty last week came home and had a conversation with Mr. Chipper, our neighbor. They had it looked like a fruitful and successful conversation. So let's go to the original video, the sheriff, the dog, and 3.3 million views on that. Which I was like, why couldn't it be a video that I spent time editing, talking on elections or, you know, crimes that are happening or, social media trends or stuff like that. So This is my YouTube channel. It's not a very big one. We're small, but this is the sheriff, the dog, 3.3 million views, our social media stalkers unmasked. So, um, what started as a neighbor threatening to shoot our dog in front of our 8-year-old turned into a viral social media storm. Messages from neighbors who searched everywhere to find us online. Someone from Ohio calling the Boone County Sheriff's Department. We definitely want to do a huge shout out and thank you to Boone County Sheriff's Department for intervening. And the Sheriff's Department did ask us, do you want us to go and have a conversation with this girl? And we were like, no, 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 no. That's not necessary. We don't have to do all that. So, but now Rusty has decided that yes, we do want the sheriff to have a conversation. It's a very simple instruction. Just keep driving. They act like Moose is out there 24/7, which is not the case at all. And I think if the neighbors were to tell the whole truth of it, and I know they will because they're good people. They are good people. I don't know why these children are creating these problems for neighbors, right? And taking to social media, that wouldn't be my first option. We said, come have a conversation with us. Rusty went over to our neighbor, had a conversation with him. And you guys, by the way, this is my mini Moses stick. I got my outside Moses stick out there. So let's watch this video. Let me give you a little more context. So someone from Ohio calling the Boone County Sheriff's Department. And, Chipper did threaten me too. He said, I'm going to go up there and have a conversation with the sheriff. And I was like, do you really want to waste the sheriff's time on this when we could just talk about it? And he did admit later on that he was aggravated, and understandably so. Moose can be aggravating. And I was once again ready to get him in the house. As soon as I saw the garage door go up, I knew it was time for Moose to come in, and I can get him in. And you guys, we've gotten his shots updated. We're working on getting him trained. There's a local trainer here that trains police dogs. He's Malinois specialty, and we're going to get him fully trained, and then we're probably going to get another one. So brace up, people, but they will be trained. We felt it important to train this one first, this one under control. And I'll remind everyone that we've had him for 3 years, right? No one's had a problem with it until Elena felt threatened because of a past trauma she's had. And now her past traumas are my responsibility somehow. After she was wrong for telling my 8-year-old and husband that she would shoot our effing dog in front of them. And I don't expect an apology. I'm sure you still feel rightful. Do you think that your friend, was that your friend? Who was that videoing my dog? Please release that video. I want you to. Take it to the sheriff's department. Please do. All right. So someone from Ohio calling the Boone County Sheriff's Department. Deputies showing up at our door over what should have been a simple neighbor conversation. We'll walk through the original letter, the Facebook message is what actually happened, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to let you guys get some context. I'm going to play this, let you guys play it, and then I'm going to come back on. And then we're going to talk about what happened today. So person in the white truck with the long brown hair that think you're doing something by videoing someone in front of someone else's property that's not your own, right? Doesn't matter that the dog was on the road. So what? There's 3 houses at the end here. What are you doing here? Right? I don't care. It's none of my business. Neighbors, talk to your visitors. And if you didn't know that this person was in your house, I think Elena did because Elena was following close by. So who is this person? I don't care who you are. Stop recording me and stop recording my dog. If you want to play that game, I got you, girl. Let's go. Let's go. But it'll end badly for you. Let's keep going. All right, I'm going to play this video, you guys. I'm going to go walk it off for a minute. And because it did shake, it was shaking. I just kept saying, please. I was in a calm voice. I had to yell so she could hear me. Keep driving. Keep driving. Roll your window up. You don't even have to roll your window up. He couldn't reach her if he wanted to. He could jump in and do something. But now she's yelling at the dog. She's probably going to put on social media, oh my God. Wait till y'all, I've got tons of content with our dog, so please stop this madness. You look hilarious. I had 3 videos I was working on today. Man, I was getting ready to lay them down, and now I got to deal with this garbage. Stop it. Stop it. Come visit us. Come visit us. We welcome it. We'll feed you and everything. Okay? Let's watch this video so y'all can get some context of what's going on. Rusty made this. Oh, wait, that's the wrong Hold up, that's the wrong one. That's not the one I want. That is not the one I want. This is the one I want.
Instead of walking across the
No.
yard like
Hold on. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. This is it right here. Yeah, I knew I had the right one. Let's go. Oh my God, y'all. It's another Wednesday. I cannot believe it. Look how the Lord works. It's another Wednesday, y'all. It's another Wednesday. Watchdog Wednesday.
Rise and shine. It's a brand new day. Got the world on my mind. Ain't no time to play. Chasing dreams, running fast, feeling no delay. We're the watchdogs, always watching what they say. Eyes wide open, we're taking what's ours. Breaking through the silence, aiming for the stars. The grind don't stop, we're living in the scars. On Watchdog Wednesday, we're raising the bar.
Let's raise the
ask
bar.
you a question. What happens when your neighbor threatens to shoot your dog in front of your 8-year-old? And instead of walking across the yard like, let me ask you a question. What happens when your neighbor threatens to shoot your dog in front of your 8-year-old? And instead of walking across the yard like a normal human being to talk about it, they spend months hunting you down on social media. Well, apparently, you wake up to find 3.3 million people watching the drama unfold on Facebook. Good morning, everybody. My name is Regina Connell with Wild and Wired Media. This is the Watchdog Wednesday edition, and today,
Okay, and funny, hilariously enough, here we are at another Wednesday. I do want to say, Elena, you did the right thing. So the girl that you see in the thumbnail, we've not had any problems with her since then. She's made some comments on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page, but I don't see any problems that we can't overcome with a simple conversation. So once again, Elena, thank you for doing the proper thing. Maybe instruct your friend to put her phone away. And here's another thing, you guys. Look, she broke the law. Homegirl broke the law. Girl, 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 girl. You broke the law. What are you doing on your device while you're driving? What are you doing on your device while you're driving? That's against West Virginia law. That right there could get you in some trouble, sweetheart. And I don't want to see you get in any trouble. You're too young to have a record. And Elena supposedly works for a correctional place. I don't know. And her sister's in nursing, whatever. I mean, I don't really know these people. I know that the sellers of this home, neither one of them had ever been inside each other's homes after 20 plus years of living around each other. I guess that's the normal thing today. And I'm cool with it. I'm so cool with it. Yet remember, when you're recording, please post the video, because the first thing I'm going to point out to the sheriff is, what were you doing on your device while you were driving? Let's continue the video. This gets more and more interesting, y'all. Hey, Opus or AI, can you click that? It says I'm supposed to be able to say click that. How does it work? I don't know, but anyway, I'll figure it out one day. Let's get back to this video or live stream that I did. Watchdog Wednesday. Here we go.
we're putting our own situation on trial because this whole story has everything. A threatening comment yelled from a car window, a polite little note left in a mailbox, a neighbor who admits she spent months searching the internet to find me. And the grand finale, someone all the way in Ohio calling the Boone County Sheriff's Department about our family. That's right. Instead of knocking on a door in rural West Virginia, we got the sheriff's office. So today we're going to walk through the messages, the letter, the viral post, and the absolutely wild chain of events that turned a neighborhood dispute into a 3.3 million view internet circus. And trust me, it gets weirder. So, you guys, welcome to Wild and Wired Media LLC. My name is, again, Regina Connell. We're going to start this live stream. So, let's start where this whole thing began, with a car window, a dog, and a threat yelled loud enough for my 8-year-old to hear it.
And I want to keep doubling down in this video that, Elena for once is not at fault here on this one. Unless she encouraged someone to, hey, get it on video. Well, let me remind you that you just encouraged your friend to break the law. If you are driving a vehicle, you should not be on your device. In fact, I think that you could get in some trouble over it. So keep that in mind when you post the video of my vicious, vicious, vicious dog. I'm going to show you who he is here in just a second. All right, let's keep going. And like I said, I want to keep prefacing the fact that Elena did the right thing in the red car. If that was you, Elena, you kept driving. That was a smart thing to do. And once you get past our property, he turns back around and says, okay, not a threat. I can't get those tires. They're driving too fast. No, this person wanted to stop every 5 feet, 10 feet, record the dog while you're driving. So you're on your device while you're driving. That's breaking the law. Stop breaking the law. It's very easy to not break the law. And it's very simple to come over and have a conversation with someone if you feel their dog is threatening. All right, have a good day. Let's keep going. Let's get started.
Taking back the night and we're standing our ground. Every step, every move, we're breaking new sound. On Watchdog Wednesday, we're running this town. We're the ones who won't back down. Taking back the night and we're standing our ground. Every step, every move.
All right, everybody, we're gonna get started here. I'm just putting some assets.
Every roadblock, every lie they feed. We rise above it. We plant the seed.
Oh, no wonder. Federal offense. A, bring the charge. I don't think the federal government is going to spend the time. Stalkers unmasked. So if you saw from the thumbnail, let me bring it back up. So if you saw from the thumbnail that I made, that's our neighbor's daughter. And so we're going to talk about this. So we're going to start with the original note that I sent and put in their mailbox. And I'd like to kindly remind everyone that their mailbox sits on our property. We live in a rural area. So, somebody saying my fat little.
All right, so I do want to bring that up since it was brought up. Our neighbor did feel it necessary to let us know that that is indeed his property. We need to check the property lines. It's not a big deal. It was a verbal agreement between Timothy Harless and his wife, Jessie, and that doesn't concern us. We bought the home from them. We know what the property lines are, and if it's not a big deal, just go ahead and say that's not our property. But we have plans to take the basketball goal down and move the mailbox to the other side so that it's easier for the buses to turn around. They don't run over your water pipe. You can get rid of that orange, ugly triangle out of your yard. It's not very pretty. And then in the wintertime, when Elena and all them park their car at the base of their long driveway, that they won't be blocking the bus. They make it very difficult for the bus to turn around, but they don't care. They only care about them. So I will say it again, guy's a good guy. That's his name, their father. And she's threatened multiple times to stick her daddy after us. Rosie, our 8-year-old, said that, hey, he was out there petting the dog. Hey, Moose, what's going on? We've had multiple conversations with him. He had some trouble of his own with a previous dog that I'm not going to bring up. That's his story to tell. I already kind of put it out there. It's out there, right? So if you have a trauma, you can't be putting your trauma on every other person, telling us how we need to do this and do that, and you don't own the property. Stop this madness. Let's keep going.
Fingers in their mailbox. It's a federal offense. A, bring the charge. I don't think the federal government is going to spend the time to indict me over that. Secondly, our
Postal Service. They are actually independent contractors that contract out to the United States Postal Service. So we're very grateful for those contracts, and we're grateful to our Postal Service people. So let's get into why we're doing a live stream today. I won't be live for very long. I thank you all for coming in. I see we've got some comments. Let's see what we got in the mailbox, which we are absolutely allowed to do. It was just a friendly note. And if they don't want notes in their mailbox, or they're worried about our dog being so vicious and maybe possibly thinking our dog might attack them, then maybe they should move their mailbox. But I don't think her father wants that. So you guys, let's jump into this feet first, right? Let's get into this. So I was looking for my water splash sound. Do I even have it anymore? Yes, let's jump in feet first. Boom. Oh, damn, I turn the. Here we go. I fumble the ball all the time. There we go. Let's jump in feet first. So remember, this is a prior live stream, you guys.
All right, guys, I'm going to bring up on the stage. Let me remove this asset. I'm going to bring up on the view screen. You're going to see the note that I left in the mailbox. And where is it? I just downloaded it. Facebook. So after I read this to you, we're going to go to the messenger message that Elena Thompson sent to me versus walking across the street and saying, hey, your dogs are messing with me or something like that. Anything, right? And y'all are really going to be amazed. All right, let me just do it this way. I'll just read it to you. It's just easier that way. Because I want to get it right. I want to make sure my wording is completely correct in what I said. Okay, so I simply said, attention neighbor, dear neighbor, next time you decide that it is a good idea to threaten my husband and my youngest daughter that you will shoot a dog for chasing your car, please just shoot the dog and do not say a word, because you will go to jail. This will be and I'm not going to repeat all that because their family has a history, and I don't want to say that on a live stream. If you guys read through the comments, you know what it is. Her father is a good man. We've met him a couple of times, and it was an unfortunate incident that happened. I do have questions around it, though, right? And we could talk about that later. So I said, so please do not communicate threats to my family about a dog. So then we're going to go over to her messages on Facebook. And we're going to take a look at what she sent me. So she sent this to me like days after me. So she, on March 2nd, 2026, I would like to send you a message personally. Okay, well, why didn't you walk over here or tell your father to come talk to us? Because you guys have no place putting papers in my mailbox, not knowing the situation. Well, there's the operative phrase right there, Miss Elena, is not knowing the situation. So how would we be made aware of the situation unless you come talk to us? If you don't feel comfortable coming and talking to us, that makes no sense. But you want to creep up into my messenger on Facebook? This is crazy. And I'm not even really that active on Facebook. Yes, I have a YouTube channel. Yes, I'm on the X platform, all of that stuff. But this kind of stuff, this is crazy. You guys are going to be amazed at what happens next, right? Because the sheriff did show up. And I do want to do a huge shout out to Boone County Sheriff's Department. Man, y'all are on it like doggone it. We have personally met our sheriff, Chad Barker. He's a very good man. I do believe this is his last term. So we'll be very interested to see who's running for sheriff next. And the sheriff's deputy was very kind and gracious, came in, talked to us. It was wonderful. So those of you that were making threats, all this craziness, look, social media is not for the weak, right? Our lives should not be defined by what people say to us. All right, so let's touch on the fact that, little girl broke the law by being on her device, feeling the need to record the dog. And I was out there, so I hope it got captured, me yelling, keep driving, just keep driving. He only wants your tires, keep driving. I couldn't understand what she was saying. And then you could see her hanging out the truck while she's driving, recording the dog. So you just recorded yourself breaking the law. I have to double down on that, right? So let's continue on to see this is what sparked it all. And I'll say it again, we haven't had any problems with Elena, but you'll notice that she keeps threatening to sick her daddy on us. Since that time, her daddy,
he checks his mail, which is right in front of our property. Tipper, you could say it's your property if you want to, but we will be getting that hashed out if we have to. I mean, we're going to have to. If it's not a big deal, just go ahead and let's put it in writing that, you know what, this is definitive here. And, people don't believe in gentlemen's agreements anymore. And when you go to threatening to go have a talk with the sheriff, and when you threaten to do this, and yes, I understand that you were aggravated, and I'm grateful that we worked it out, but this kind of business of people riding by and recording, that's ridiculous. And I told the sheriff's office, I told Trina, the secretary, I said, listen, I'm not going to record them in response. It would turn out badly. It would turn out really badly because they're going to look really bad. But the most thing that I'm concerned about is what my dog would do if he feels that I'm threatened or the property's threatened. We do tell them that if he happens to be out there, just keep driving. He's agile enough. He's a Belgian Malinois German Shepherd mix. So he's pretty agile. And, his toe did get ran over one time and the neighbor felt really bad about it. And we were like, don't feel bad about it. He's going to learn. And he has learned. He knows when to get away. So, and the neighbors have even commented that they feel safer with him around the property. It's only been the kids, right? So Elena was the one that sparked it. I don't know who that person was, if they're a relative, a friend, whatever, but Elena did follow that vehicle close by. So no, I'm not going to be recording my neighbors. Don't worry about that. I'm not out for gotcha moments. And I'll say it again, I really didn't want to do this live stream because I had other videos I had planned on working on to release, more important stuff that's going on in the world besides a little girl worried that a Belgian Malinois is chasing her tires. Let's keep going. Or think of us on social media is not a make or break. So let's continue reading her message to me, her Facebook Messenger message, after it took her forever to find me. Ooh. So let's see. Not knowing the situation. Okay, so here's where she's going to explain herself. It's the first time I'm hearing about it. I got chased by both. And let me remind you, I'm a spoiler alert. You guys see grandma's there. And another Facebook person pointed out, she tripped herself up in her own wording. We're going to catch that because I don't think I even caught that, or maybe I did in this live stream. But since then, in fact, just last week, my husband, Rusty Connell, had a conversation with her grandfather. And that's Rusty right there. That's my big Russ right there. So yeah, he went over there and had a conversation. I thought it should be man to man, Both dogs all the way up to my grandma's. I proceeded to turn my car off and go inside so I could get my package, and both dogs started running at me, growling. Really? I'm sorry. I don't think that you're very sorry. Yeah, I don't think she's very sorry either. So let me also say, since that time, the other dog is gone. That was not our dog. That was not our dog. And we remedied that situation. So that's not really a valid point, but just to give you context on what's going on as to maybe why this person felt like they needed to stop every few feet in front of our property to video our dog when all they had to do was keep driving like the little red car did right behind them. Elena, if you encourage this person to record our dog while driving, you encourage them, A, to break the law, and B, if they would have simply did what you did, he would have left you alone. All right, once you pass our property, let's keep going. It's shameful, shameful. Just common sense, people. Sorry, Elena, but let's keep going. I'm sorry, but the one thing I won't do is be attacked on my own property. So, Miss Elena, let's define the word attack. And this is where we're going to bring Mary Beth in. She's familiar with the situation. She does help me craft my videos that I put out. And those of you on YouTube, please forgive me. I have been behind on my content. I'm trying some new things out. As you can see, we moved this to an official studio. So we're super excited. We do have 3 stories coming at you. I'm working on a piece and I have an editor working on a piece, 2 pieces actually. One is on Jupiter and the images that NASA recently released on the planet Jupiter, as well as apparently there's a new trend going on that people are nostalgic about the year 2016. So we're doing a piece on that. So huge shout out to AI Arsenal right here on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter. If you're not following her, you absolutely should be. She's amazing. So her name is Morgan and she does all my editing for me. So I am trying someone else out and they're working. So correction, I'm back to doing all my own editing, you guys, for the time being. The 2 people that were helping me edit stuff. I have to get more consistent and more precise on what I want to do. And some things I think as YouTubers, content creators, I think there's just some things maybe we just have to edit it ourselves. And money does play a factor into it. So I'm like, if we're living in a deficit here, I got to keep it going. So I've got to, curtail some things. So both of the people that I mentioned are great editors. If you need some stuff done, reach out to them. All right. So let's keep going.
Live stream. So all of you joining, we thank you. If you put a comment, I will address it. Doesn't matter. I'm a staunch believer in the freedom of speech, our First Amendment right. So let's get back to how Elena's explaining her situation. I think you'll find it very interesting. All right, and let's remember that Elena's 20. She's 20 years old, so I'm sure she thinks she's very whatever in this situation. I'm not sure. So that's the first I'm hearing of it, right? So I on her own property. So let's clarify your own property. You said you were at your grandmother's, so that is not your property, dear girl. That is not your property. In fact, I think your grandparents are looking to sell, and I don't think that you can afford to buy. We are very interested in buying. We'll figure something out. Let's talk, neighbors. We love Chipper and Cheryl. They're great people. We've never had a problem. We do realize the white dog, the pit bull, was an annoyance. She got out of the house, but instead of trying to find out what happened on our end, it wasn't a regular occurrence that this dog was out. So let me remind you, Elena, you own no property in this holler unless you're on one of the deeds for the mortgages, right? You're not. You said you were at your grandmother's, right? So let's examine. Regina reviews the record. Let's review the record together. And then we're going to get to the viral post, you guys. Sorry this is taking so long, but I think I will give it its final attention, hopefully bring some closure, and people will stop annoying our sheriff's department if you live in a different state. But hold off, that's coming. So we've asked nicely for you to put your dogs up and keep them in your yard. Okay, so let's clarify who we is. We only seems to be me, which be referring to you, Elena. So your grandparents, we have had several conversations. When we first got Moose, we explained to everyone that that white dog is not ours, and we are working on rehoming it or giving it back to its owner so that its owner can do something. And we remedied the situation. So again, I'll ask, why are you trying to speak to me on Facebook Messenger instead of having a face-to-face conversation? It seems a little cowardly to me, but I think you guys are going to be even more shocked because she makes a statement that I just couldn't believe, that everybody was on her side, because I told her, please stop. I'm going to make this public. Please stop. Cease and desist. Send your father here to talk to us. Stop this madness. Okay. And so she continues on with her oversharing and self explanations. Now, I did say some things that were a little below the belt. When it comes to my 8-year-old, the gloves are off, right? You don't ever say something like that to my 8-year-old, ever. Any 8-year-old. If I heard you saying that to any 8-year-old, it would be on and popping. Okay. So think about what you're saying. Yes, we do have freedom of speech. Remember, there's always consequences, and communicating threats is a very serious crime. So I think I would abstain. Try to get your emotions under control. Let's continue on with this saga. All right. So she continues on with her self explanation. So, no, we never had a conversation with you, Elena. And please keep it to me, keep it to I statements, because you do not speak for your father nor for your grandparents. And they are all welcome to come over here. We'll break bread and we'll talk about it. All right, let's keep going. There is no reason that I should be getting chased on foot off of your property. You guys, did you catch that? There is no reason I should be being chased off of your property. That would be indicative to me that our dog was doing his job.
Doing
Our
his
dog's
job.
name is Moose. So she just admitted,
Just like he was doing today, he was doing his job. If you would have kept driving, young lady with the long brown hair, driving while you're on your device, which is illegal in West Virginia, recording our dog, go ahead and release it. I want you to release it. Please release it. Go ahead and release it. Release the video. But I'm going to show you guys my dog. I've got some videos that I've put up on YouTube, short reels and stuff, I think. Maybe, I can't remember. Let me see. Hold on. Let's view the account. I'm gonna look and see. I don't know why it's dragging today. So we'll go to shorts. I know I did one on him a long time ago. Here's one. Here's the menacing moose. Will he get himself a bee today?
Oh, wait.
He might. He got one yesterday, guys. You gonna get it? You gonna get it? Did you get the buzz? Did you get the bee? Did you get the bee? I'm gonna get the bee. So there's baby birds up in this nest right here. What is it? What is he gonna get him? Oh, get him, get him.
Here he goes.
Oh, he's gonna get him one. He's gonna get him one. All right, let's look at the bird nest. I really believe he's gonna get this TBV. Oh yeah, here he goes after it. There. I'll let you know if he gets it.
So he's gotten himself a few bees. He's actually gotten himself a few bees. So he does chase tires. So please release that video. I know he's going to look very vicious and menacing. Just remember, she's stopping in front of our property. And once you keep driving, right? But if you're hanging out of the truck, and she literally, that's how I got a good view of what she looked like. She was literally hanging out of her truck, videoing the dog. And I kept saying, just keep driving. Keep driving. I was just going to keep saying that over and over again. Maybe it would register and upload to whatever brain was in that head, because it wasn't very smart what she did. A, breaking the law while on your device while driving, that's against the law. B, aggravating a dog for chasing your tires in front of someone else's property. I realized you were coming from someone else's property. Again, I'll say it. Elena, thank you for doing the right thing and driving. Just keep driving past. All right. Again, the invitation is open. We have contacted the sheriff's department just to give them a heads up of what's going on in case they start getting flooded with calls from other states and stuff on social media, neighborly drama, which I don't really think that we have drama with our neighbors. It's just these kids are out of control. So stop this madness. All right. Don't be on your device while you're driving. It's dangerous. Right. So that's our dog. So let's finish this video so we can get this live stream done. And I can work on the videos that I really want to work on. And let me tell you what we're working on. So I came across, there's a YouTubers called Abba and Preach, and I do like their content. They're pretty funny. And Abba has found himself in a little bit of a messy, sticky situation. So it involves another girl. It does involve a pregnancy and some really things that were hard for me to hear. And I do want to examine all of it. So we're going to listen to both sides, and then we're going to ask the hard questions and see if we can get some answers. I did send out an invitation to Libby. Libby, I did offer you an invitation, a very small platform. But if you want to come on and let's talk about it, bring the other girls that you did a whole series on. And my first question would be, did you create a whole YouTube channel based off of your relationship with Mr. Abba from Abba and Preach? So let's talk about those things too. We're also heavy into the Candace Owens drama while we're examining relationships and how poking our noses in other people's relationships may not always be the wisest choice of action. We're still examining the Elizabeth Lane. Who is Elizabeth Lane and her sit down? I'm not even going to call it an interview. Her sit down with Candace Owens. We did make it through the first 12 minutes on the other live stream. So we're going to dive deeper when she starts talking about Charlie Kirk. We did read Charlie Kirk's book. We're in the process of reading again, and we're bringing back the book Nook, Bobina's Book Nook, where we'll be reading that book, and we're picking up back in the Bible too. I keep saying we're going to do that. We are. I do have another Bible on the way, so I'm super excited about that. And then Rosie received a Bible that I thought we'd pick up at the flood using those chronological plans along with what I've had since like 2019. So without further ado, let's get back into the neighbor drama and what this whole thing is about. Continue getting context on it. And I beg you to please come back and be recording while you're driving. I think that's a very smart thing to do. God. All right, let's keep going, you guys. This gets nuttier and nuttier. Oh, okay. That the dogs chased her off of our property. Elena, but let me guess, you didn't mean to say that. That's not what you meant. I know what you mean. So yes, if something was to happen to me, if something was to happen to you, if something were to happen to you, dear girl, that's a big if, right? In 3 years, nothing has happened to you. So I'm still trying to figure out what exactly it is that you're so upset about. And let me just point out to the driver that was recording my dog while they were driving illegally that something bad will happen if you continue to stop, jump out,
all of that. The dog is very docile. He's nice. Like I said, we're in the process of, getting him in to get him trained. We already know who we want the trainer to be. And once that starts happening, we plan on making content about it. So that was always in the works. So the dog's not going anywhere. The dog's not going anywhere. We're not either. So if you want to come have a conversation, we are open to it. So please do bring the sheriff, bring whomever you want to bring your witnesses, put us on trial, put our dog on trial. And I will say, not long after that, and we have a good relationship with those neighbors. I'm not going to bring them into it or even mention their names because they're good. They don't want any part of this. But, years ago, a moose, I think, had went down there when Rosie was down there and tried to chase their chickens. And then soon after this happened, Rusty got a text saying, Moose is down there chasing the chickens. Can you go get him? And I was like, no, he's right here. I'm looking at him. And I did take him out that day, but he never left my sight. So there is another dog around here that does look like our dog. I think he's chained up under the porch most of the time. But anyway, so let's continue on with the story. And then I'm still trying to figure out why the person wouldn't just continue driving instead of trying to get vicious photos of and videos of the dog while driving. All right, if that makes sense to y'all, let me know. I'll pin it in the comment section. About right. So let's continue on. All right, so we're gonna examine the evidence more here. You guys, if you can see that, I'll make a full screen. So she admits that she was on her grandparents' property. So that's not your property, Elena. So that's one thing. So let's talk about what was the other thing? Oh, that the dogs chased her off of our property. Did you guys catch that one? I will say a commenter, I'll have to find her, he or she, I think it was a she, had caught that. She was like, and look, Elaine, I'm not looking for anybody to be on my side. So let's continue on because she says that everybody is on her side. So let's check it out.
Who's everybody?
Who is everybody?
Who is
So
everybody?
she makes the we statement, and it's really should be an I statement because her grandparents and her father have no problem coming and having a conversation with us. So anyway, so if something was to happen to me, I will take action because I've been bit by dogs, and that's not okay on someone else's property. Okay, first of all, get your story straight, girl. Get your story straight. Okay, so you've been bitten before. You admitted that you should not have to be chased off of our property. These are your words, not mine. So I'm thinking if the sheriff's department actually wanted to read through all this garbage, you're the one that looks bad here. But let's continue on, guys, because it gets better. It gets better. So, and this is really, it is kind of concerning that this girl feels like she has to take to social media versus having an IRL conversation versus URL. So, and as far as the note goes, I'm a grown woman. So act like a grown woman, Elena. So any issue you have with me, you can address it. I did address it with a note.
They were talking about, thank you for the comment. I'm sorry, I'm slow on this. Sorry, I'm slow on you. You guys, the commenter that commented, thank you for commenting. This is the video when I was showing Moose the dog. Thank you for sliding through. Oh, Elena's here. Elena, you want to come in? Hey, Elena. Elena, you want to come in? You're in the comment section. You want to come in? I'll send you the StreamYard link. Do you want to come in? So Elena's in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Yes, whomever that person was in the white truck, right? They broke the law by videoing while driving. And thank you for doing the right thing for just driving by. That's all you had to do. So you had no problem with the dog. Now, if you were also videoing while you were driving, that's a serious problem. So Elena, I welcome you on here. Leave a comment. I'll send you the StreamYard link. All you got to do is tap on it and let's have a conversation. Let's do it in the public eye. That's what you wanted to do, right? You want to have a conversation. Let's go. Dang, I hope 12:45. So what, 10 minutes ago, where are you, Elena? Come on, Elena. Come on, girl. I'll keep a better eye on the comment section, but I'm going to keep this pinned up. So now she's in the comment section. Why don't you drive over here and have a conversation? Send daddy. You threatened to send daddy, but we're going to get to that. All right, let's keep going. Those were your words, Elena, not mine. Your words. Let's keep going. Elena, I invite you up here. I invite you up here to come have a conversation. My phone number, 304-550-5670. Call me anytime. Call me anytime. Bring your adult face. Hey, Elena, come on.
Come talk to me. Come talk to me. Bring your friend that was recording. I hope they post it. Are you going to post it? Please do. So let's finish to where this started. I did give you a shout out and tell them that, you actually did the right thing by continuing to no one was on your property, dumbass. Look at this. Look at this. But hold on, let me switch it. Oop. No one was on your property, dumbass. That's mature. But you just saw in her own text, right? You just saw in her own text. There it is. You said it, Elena. What are you talking about? Elena said in that message, there's no reason I should be getting chased on foot off your property. Chased on foot off your property. That's what you said, Elena. That's what you said. You said chased on foot. There's no reason I should be getting chased on foot by off of your property. Off of your property. Those are your words, Elena. Your words. Yep, certainly are. Oh, child, get your house in order. Mm-hmm. Just know we're going to be having further conversations.
So let's talk about what was the other thing? Oh, that the dogs chased her off of our property. Did you guys catch that one? I will say a commenter, I'll have to find her, he or she, I think it was a she, had caught that. She was like, and look, Elaine, I'm not looking for anybody to be on my side. So let's continue on because she says that everybody is on her
Everybody's
side.
on her
So let's check
side.
it out. Who is everybody? So she makes the we statement, and it's really should be an I statement because her grandparents and her father have no problem coming and having a conversation with us.
Did you hear that, Elena? We just talked to your grandfather. Rusty just talked to your grandfather last week, a few days ago, as a matter of fact. Your father, Rosie, has witnessed him out there petting the dog. So come on, girl, you want to have a conversation? Put your big girl panties on and come on. Or are you a boy? I don't know what you identify as. Who was that girl that was in front of you? Who was the girl in the truck? Who was the girl in the truck? Was that your sister? Was that your special friend? I don't know. I don't care. Stop videoing us in our property, you psycho. You're a psycho. You're unhinged. And I'll say it to your face. So come on. Come to the door. I'll tell you what a psycho you are. All right, let's keep going.
So anyway, so if something was to happen to me, I will take action because I
Take action, Elena. Stop being a troll and stop being a coward.
been bit by dogs, and that's not a
And stop threatening to sick your daddy on people, girl. You said you were a good. Here's another thing. She said she was a grown ass woman in the message, right? But later on, she threatens to sick her daddy on us. My daddy's coming over there to talk to you. Well, we haven't seen him. We haven't seen him. He hasn't knocked on our door. We have no problems with him, you know. So stop creating problems where none exist because of your fears. Let's keep going and breaking the law. Breaking the law.
I did address it with a note, with a phone number for you to contact us. And what did you do? You put the note back in our mailbox, which is fine, which tells me that maybe your father doesn't know what's going on. And I'm sure he doesn't want his personal life drug out all over Facebook. And stay tuned, guys, because the sheriff's department got drug into this, and not even from someone in our own state. So, hey, Boone County Sheriff's Department, mad apologies and mad props to you for addressing this when you shouldn't have had to. Elena, I'm not going to totally blame you for this one, right? So let's keep going because I'm going to let y'all know how.
So I'll say it again. I'm not going to totally blame her for the Ohio lady calling the Boone County Sheriff's Department, just like I'm not going to really blame you for someone else's actions that felt like it was a good idea to be on their device recording a dog in front of someone else's property as they're supposed to just be driving by. Now, were they planning to stop and have a visit with us? Go ahead, right? But you continue to stop just so you can record, release the video. Release the video. I unfortunately had to contact the sheriff's department because, Elena, when you were inciting people to do videos. And if you didn't know anything about it, I'd have a very strong discussion with whomever that was in your daddy's house. Send your daddy over here because you're obviously not adult enough to have an adult conversation. You have to get other people on your side.
This all unfolded and it's all put to bed, Elena, and nothing has changed. Absolutely nothing has changed. Remember that.
Nor will anything change.
So let's continue. So Elena says, the dogs are out of hand and I will not tolerate it any longer. You won't? What you gonna do about it? What you gonna do about it? Huh?
Let me tell you what she did about it. She had a friend of hers that was in front of her. I don't know that she did it. That's an accusation, allegedly. Let me find my little allegedly thing. So she had someone record the dog while they're driving. So that's breaking the law. Once again, I'm going to keep saying it all throughout this video. That's breaking the law. So someone's recording the dog when you could just keep simply.
Allegedly.
No, it's not allegedly they were recording the dog. They were. And the person even tried to swerve to hit Moose, actively swerved. Now, they could have been swerving because they were on their device trying to do too many things while driving down the road. Pay attention to the road. Don't worry about the dog. Don't worry about the dog. Your truck is way bigger than the dog. We've had this conversation. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. And look, I'll tell you, I talked to Rusty about it. And when the sheriff's department came out, the last time, we know that they talked to you, Leah, whatever your name is, the younger sister, that the officer talked to you because you told them you're in the medical profession. Quick little search, it's on your Facebook page. So I don't know if they talked to Elena or you, Leah, but I believe they talked to you. So you weren't there when it happened. And if you were, then you need to tell the truth as to what actually happened. Okay. Whoever was in that white truck videoing the dog just so they can get a vicious video of what he looks like, it's going to change nothing. Let me just guarantee you that. So Rusty does want the sheriff's deputy asked us, hey, do you want us to go back and talk to them, have a conversation? We said, no, don't worry about it. Stop doing this. Or y'all are going to go to jail, not us. Nothing's going to happen to our dog. Our dog's not going anywhere, no matter how many social media personalities and trolls you get up there to tell us that we should kill our dog, that we should be off. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that we got back, but I don't care. Elena, did you comment again? Scrolling through lives makes one very thing clear. Sitting alone, talking to a camera is not good for your mental health. So, I mean, you could say that, but you don't know me and you don't know what I'm talking about, obviously. So if you want to have this conversation, but this isn't about you. This is about our neighbor. This is the spotlight person that we're talking about, Miss Elena Thompson. So it sounds like you have a lonely life, though, if you're just scrolling through things. Why don't you make a video or do something productive? All right, let's go back to Elena. So she talks about all these people she's going to get on her side. Who are these people? They're all online. That's scary.
What you gonna do about it, Elena? Let's keep going. This is laughable. We haven't even gotten to the post yet. So you guys, I did screenshot all of this and I made a post. They go up past my gate, almost all the way up my driveway, chasing my car, and they follow all the way up the driveway, up to my grandma's.
You mean your daddy's driveway and your grandma's driveway, not your driveway. And I don't have to call you names. You show your lack of intelligence with the way you talk and the way you present yourself and your lack of self-control.
There's no reason your aggressive dogs. So we only have one dog. Get that straight. Should be on our property. We never had an issue till they. Okay, Elena, sweetheart.
Elena, come explain it to me. I literally know nothing. Elena says, you literally know nothing. What? Girl, hold on. You literally know nothing. I'm so glad you're amused with me. I'm not amused with you. Your behavior is going to get you in trouble. I'm not amused at all. I'm concerned. I'm concerned about your mental health and your capacity and your anger management. I'm concerned about the person that's driving while on their device, breaking the law. Do you want to address that one? But still, she's in the comment section because she has no courage. You work at a correctional facility. Let's dig into that a little bit. Do you still have that job? Do they know that? Do you break the law on your device while you're driving, trying to record stuff in other people's property? Release the video. Release the video. That's what I'm doing. This isn't about amusement. This is about you're gonna get yourself in trouble.
Who who is we? Who is we? You should be saying me. You should be saying I. Because I guarantee either your father doesn't know it. Now, she claims her father does know all about it, right? She claims that her father knows all about it.
We still think her father does not know. And if he does, he's welcome to come over here. And I'll say it again, Elena. Your father has been petting the dog. He knows what to do. He drives straight past. You had the good sense today to actually drive past. I hope you release a video. I really do. I hope you do. Please do.
And maybe he does, right? But he's not addressed it with us. Nothing will change. The dog is an off dog leash. You knew that 3 years ago. Your family knows it. You know
He's an off leash dog, is what I meant to say.
laws here, but let's get to what the sheriff said.
Yep.
Let's continue on.
Hey, Elena, this is the part you're going to really want to listen to because expect a visit from the sheriff's department. We didn't want it to come to this point, but you need to understand some things and you need to let your friends know that they will be held liable if they ever act that way again. And this is just for your safety, your friend's safety. Is that your special friend? Girl, what you got going on while daddy's not home? I don't want to know. Gross. Look, tell your people to keep it moving. You can even break the speed limit to go past my house. If my dog happens to be out and he chases your tires, get over it. Keep driving, keep it moving.
So I'm not going to spend too much time on poor little Elena that can't have a conversation. So before you place another note in my mailbox, and let me just say, I did place the note right back on her mailbox. I sure did.
Sure did.
What you gonna do about it?
What you gonna do? Nothing.
Let's keep going, little girl. Move your mailbox.
You know what she's gonna do?
It's not your mailbox.
You know what she's gonna do? She's gonna get on social media, jump in my comments, and make I don't even know what kind of statements.
Girl. You should ask what happened. No, I shouldn't ask what happened.
Do you identify as girl? She?
I should not ask what happened. No. You should get yourself under control. Come over here from the first time the dogs you thought were a problem. Now, I do know that Rusty had a conversation with you and your father where you recorded the dogs, which is fine. You can post that too. But I doubt anything's going to happen because the story gets better. Let's continue on. So we're going to move on, So I told her, you come speak to us directly, let me see where I could see this. So I told her to come speak with us directly. Control your temper, especially when you want to talk about firearms. And before you respond, just know my dad is going to come speak personally. Hey, guess what? We're still waiting on your dad to come speak personally.
Did you hear that, Elena? We are still waiting for your dad to come speak to us. We don't want to waste your father's time with this, but you seem intent on continuing this ridiculous behavior. If your people are so afraid of dogs, tell them not to come over, meet them somewhere. Right? You say you shouldn't have to do that. Well, why should we have to pin up our dog on our property? You own no property around here. You going to get daddy to complain for you? He hasn't been over here yet. We're waiting.
We are still waiting. And I've seen him drive by, but he hasn't. Come on, guy. If you want to come talk to us, be a man and come talk to my husband. This is unacceptable. Now it's all over Facebook. You want to blame me? That's fine. Right? I'm a content creator.
And let's remember, too, that this person was literally recording my dog, which is what sparked this. So it's not about amusement. Elena, I don't understand why you can't see that, why you can't comprehend that this is you think it's about entertainment because you want to record everything and everybody when you feel threatened. So, maybe get a little courage. How do you work at a correctional facility if you feel threatened all the time? Huh? What? You're supposed to be providing safety, a public service. You're providing a public disservice by stirring up all this animosity. And then I'll say it again, your whomever that was in that white truck, we've never seen the truck before. I don't think I recognize the girl. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Sad when my friends have to message me things like this. Post it, Elena, post it. Because your friend was breaking the law by being on their phone. The dog's just as tall as my windows on my truck. Last time I had kids with me, yes, the dog chased me, stayed in front of my truck. No, just keep driving, Elena. Stayed in front of my truck. Send your daddy over here, Elena. Send your daddy over here. The dog's just as tall as my truck. Windows on my truck. How are you a correctional officer? Oh, my God. This is laughable. Yes, the dog chased me, stayed in front of my truck, and I did keep stopping because who is I? That was not you in the truck, Elena. That was not you in the truck unless you were wearing a wig or your hair has grown. Who was in the truck? You were in the red. Who was in the red car behind you? That was not you, Elena. Stop lying. You're already lying. Let's see. I didn't want to hit the dog. Keep driving. Don't worry about hitting the dog. Stop putting your fear and trauma on us. You did swerve to try to actively hit the dog, though. I saw that. Trust and believe I saw that. I did see that. So shame on you. What's wrong with you? Do you have homicidal thoughts? Huh? Do you harm animals? Have you harmed animals before? So what? Send your dad over here. Let's see. I didn't want to hit the dog. You got recorded because your dog literally was trying to jump in someone else's vehicle. That's a lie. He never jumped up. That's a lie. Release the video, Elena. Release the video. Release the video. He's going to jump up when you stop and you're hanging out of the truck in a threatening manner in front of our property. What do you expect will happen? What do you expect will happen, Elena? Come have a conversation with me. Here's the StreamYard link. Let me give you the link. Bring your video. I'll show it. Give me a copy of the video. Where's it at? Is it on Facebook? You gonna make it difficult on me? Come on in, Elena. Make sure you're not driving. Make sure you're not driving. Follow that link. Come in here and talk to me. Release the video. So she just admitted to being on her device while driving. I had to keep stopping. That wasn't you in the truck. That was not you in the truck. Who was in the truck? We're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to get to the bottom of this. So you better get yourself under control. You haven't hit the dog yet. Keep driving. Keep driving. And the sheriff's going to tell you the same thing. So, sheriff's going to tell you the same thing. Later. We could be neighbors or you could be content for me. I prefer not waste my time on it. All right, the girl's confused. And what's interesting is at the top of her profile, she puts that she's a correctional officer, right? Yet when the sheriff spoke with her, and let me just say, I'll give y'all a spoiler, a teaser. So yes, the sheriff came over last night. The sheriff's deputy came over last night. He was very kind and gracious. And thank you for listening to us. And I think he thought it was unbelievable because someone in Ohio in the comment section called the sheriff's department before 6 a.m. to say that they were fearful of a neighbor conflict, right? Elena, did you fuel any of that? Because let me tell you, you just wasted our sheriff's department's resources. They were kind enough to check it out. But hey, person in Ohio, did you ever think to maybe reach out to Elena? So, and let me say this to you, Elena, also, that when that happened, the sheriff's deputy asked us, do you want us to go have a conversation with her? Because it was your sister they had a conversation with. So speak for yourself. Stop trying to speak for other people, right? And whomever that was in the white and black truck, I don't want to have to keep cameras going on this property, but I guess I'm going to have to because of your bad behavior and your lies. So stop lying. Why don't you grow up and get a house of your own? Right? Because nobody else in this holler has a problem with our dog but you and your friends. Tell your friend to stop breaking the law, stop being on your device while you're driving. That would be the number one thing I'd advise my friend to do, especially if you're in law enforcement, correctional officer. I don't even know if you still have the job, but whatever. You want to put it all out there? Let's go. Maybe y'all conspired on the back end. I don't know. But no one ever reached out to us to ask us our version of events, really examine where we live and how things are. But let's get to the Facebook post because I'm not going any more than an hour. And once this is put to bed, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. So, Elena, you are welcome to come over here anytime. So, unfortunately, Elena, we're not done with it. So, I think the wise thing to do is to remove yourself from this or come over and talk to us. Have your dad come, have your grandfather. We'll all have a conversation. But you're a coward, and you know you are. And if your parents don't have the courage to tell you what cowardly behavior this is and that you shouldn't be recording yourself while you're breaking the law, you lied. You lied when you said that was you recording. That wasn't you recording. That was some long-haired brunette. Was that your girlfriend? I don't know. Was that your sister? I don't know. I don't care. But that behavior is wrong. So yes, the dog is going to be, He may have seemed aggressive, but he's probably trying to figure out why are these fools stopping and hanging out the truck yelling like an idiot, right? Come on, stop it. Let's keep going. We're almost done, guys. Thank God. Can work on my other stuff that I had planned on working on.
You are not welcome to speak to my 8-year-old that way. Can you imagine what she was thinking in her head, having visions of this puny little thing pulling out a firearm and shooting her dog? What a deranged individual. No excuse, no record me. I beg, your dogs are the one out of control. Well, if they're so out of control, and many people pose the question, if they're so out of control, Elena, why didn't you call animal control?
Why didn't you call animal control? And here's another thing. If you really, want to bring this all out there and show yourself as the victim, if you are in any kind of work around law enforcement, you should know there's always two sides to every story and every side has to be investigated. And even you, Chipper, threatening to go and I'm going to have a talk with the sheriff, you were trying to intimidate me by saying, I know the sheriff. And I'm just going to go tell him and he'll take my word for it. And that's fine. But we took your word too. We took your word when you said, oh, no, he's not a problem. We understand. We've explained the process through. We've had him 3 years now. So what is the actual problem, right? So, and it's only understandable we don't keep him pinned up. We're not putting a shock collar on him. And I'm not even going to get into the problems with shock collars. And I think something might have happened where a shock collar went faulty in your family, Elena, which caused something to happen that I'm not going to bring up because I'm not going to get petty like that. But you need to take your traumas and get some help for them. And I don't think you should be working anywhere in the prison system with your fears and your behavior, especially when you openly break the law. If that was you in the truck, you just admitted to breaking the law. You didn't stop. You were still recording. So you need to release that video. You need to.
Why didn't you call the sheriff's department? Why you got somebody in Ohio calling the sheriff's department? I'm sure your dad doesn't want law enforcement involved. And guess what? The dog has never touched you. Never.
Not
And if
once.
you ask anyone and they tell the truth and they're a good witness, they'll say if Moose even comes anywhere near them, all you have to do is shoo him and he'll go back home. He's not interested in you. He's interested in
And
protecting.
let me tell you, the worst part about it was this shows you this person has no critical thinking that was in the truck. Elena claims that was her in the truck, which that was definitely not Elena in the truck. But either way, if you want to say that it was you're admitting to a crime for being on your device while driving. But, she wants to say that, hold on, what was that?
Us and the property. Let's keep going. The sheriff's department.
Right. So now the sheriff's department is involved, unfortunately, because you can't just keep driving. You even openly admitted in this comment right here that you're afraid you're going to hit him. What? Yeah, if you keep stopping and recording the dog, honk at him, but keep driving, don't stop your truck and honk. That's stupid. Do you have any critical thinking skills? I'm not sure. Child.
You got somebody in Ohio calling the sheriff's department. I'm sure your dad doesn't want law enforcement involved. And guess what? The dog has never touched you. Never. And if you ask anyone and they tell the truth and they're a good witness, they'll say if Moose even comes anywhere near them, all you have to do is shoo him and he'll go back home. He's not interested in you. He's interested in protecting us and the property. Let's keep going. And I'll say it again. I don't want to show all of this because it's in the post and you guys can check it out. I won't keep repeating it on the live stream, the unfortunate event that happened with them and their dog. So once again, let me show you Elena's profile so you guys know who she is. Since everybody's on her side. So she did say everybody's on my side because I told her
And I want y'all to know who she is more importantly so that, you make sure that she doesn't feel threatened in any way by any dog or anything like that on whomever's road she decides to travel on. And I'll remind you, Elena, you do not own any property here. Please show me a deed.
publicly post this. She was like, that's okay. Everybody's on my side. I said, okay, well, let's see who everybody is. So that's Elena. That's Elena. Now let's go to my profile and check out the post. I pinned it again so you guys could see it. So as you can see, the original post was, hold on, let me could make this bigger. All right, as you can see on Facebook, the original post was our neighbors are social media stalkers, right? Since when did we come to an age where people yell out their windows?
Let me give you a suggestion, Elena. Why don't you tell your friends and yourself to strap a video around your head, right? That you can constantly be recording. That way, you won't be breaking the law by being on your device while driving. If you would have just kept driving, I don't care about your concern about hitting the dog. What? So you're saying you're afraid we're going to come after you if you hit the dog? Well, I shouldn't have to worry about hitting the dog. Girl, learn how to drive. And you did actively try to hit the dog. You totally did. And you know you did. The more guilty you are, the louder you bark with these ridiculous comments. What do these sad when my friends have to message me things like this? The fact I didn't make it out your driveway. What are you doing in my driveway? What are you doing in my driveway? The dog's just as tall as my windows on my truck. Stay out of my driveway. Stay out of my driveway. She said it herself in the comment. Last time I had kids with me. Yes, the dog. Well, I wouldn't let you anywhere near my kids because you threatened to shoot effing dogs in front of kids. So if you're letting your kids be around this person, I probably wouldn't do it. Let's see. Hold on. Last time I had kids with me. Keep your kids away from this lunatic. Yes, the dog chased me, stayed in front of my truck. That wasn't your truck. That wasn't you, Elena. That wasn't you. That wasn't you. That wasn't. Were you wearing a wig? Sticking your face out the window towards the dog? What did you expect the dog to do, dummy? And you had just admitted you were on my driveway. Stay off my driveway. Let's keep going. Girl, you're insane.
Over a dog, threatening to shoot the dog, and then they contact me on Facebook because I left a message in their mailbox. This is what I'm dealing with. Stop contacting me. This is public now. Do not contact me again. Your father can speak to my husband. Thank you and be well. Beware of this person in real life and on social media.
So several times you hear the offer made, send your father, send someone to talk to, remove yourself from this situation. Okay. And I'll say it again, keep recording people, but I recommend getting one. I'll even give you, look, I made $400 off that post about you. So thank you. It was my first biggest payout. I appreciate it. It's not really what I wanted to be paid out for, but I'll take it. And I even offer to donate 10% to your mental health, wellness, anger management fund, right? So maybe I'll throw you some money so you can buy one of those devices and just be recording everybody and every dog as you drive by when you are openly stating you are on other people's property. And then she turned around before that and she says, "No one was on your property, dumbass." Oh, that's mature. You literally know nothing. I'm so glad you're amused with me. No one's amused with you, sis. No one. You're a waste of time. You are a waste of time. But you don't have to be. You don't have to be. And if that's harsh, maybe somebody needs to get harsh with you.
Now, I will tell you that the officer that came by, we had a long conversation, told our version of events. He said he spoke with you, Elena. He spoke with you last Wednesday, I think, and your stories don't match up. The first thing you said was that you thought something might happen. So, in the rule of law, in the justice system, what you think does not actually manifest into real life. Who is we? Who is we? Your
Who is
father
we?
still has not come and talked to us. We welcome it. We welcome it. All right. So look, get your emotions under control. Get you a little anger management course going on. We're not mad at you. We're not mad at you, but grow up. So the interesting thing is on her Facebook profile, she claims to be
Okay, so that's about all, you guys, the live stream is up there. So, yeah, get some anger management, girl. Get your emotion and stop telling on yourself, girl, committing crimes on video. Release the video. I hope that you do. I hope that you do. You're going to be eager to show it, but I want you to because I think it'll be highly interesting. And listen, we still haven't heard from your father. We're not mad at your father. We're not going to hold any one of your family members responsible for your actions and whomever that was in the white truck. Get your story straight. First of all, you admitted to being on our property in the Facebook Messenger message. Then again, in the comments that's posted right here, right? You said, the fact I didn't make it out your driveway. What do you mean didn't make it out of my driveway? Stay out of my driveway. Nobody asked you to come in my driveway. Girl, bye. That's all I got, y'all. My name is Regina Connell with Wild and Wire Media LLC. We'll be seeing you on the flip flop. Stay tuned. There's more to come. Not on this.
Rise and shine. It's a brand new day. Got the world on my mind. Ain't no time to play. Chasing dreams, running fast, feeling no delay. We're the watchdogs, always watching what they say. Eyes wide open, we're taking what's ours. Breaking through the silence, aiming for the stars.